gawatnya itu adalah mulai Rom dan seterusnya. Itu daerah yang paling bahaya gawatnya. Tidak menutup kemungkinan juga di Yunani bisa ada, tapi tidak selalu berbahaya. Jadi bagusnya kita mendarat di Yunani tidak langsung shock, ya, tidak terlalu kaget. Dibanding kalau mendarat langsung di Rom, suasananya kepuasan, beringasnya lebih beringas, puasnya, penjahatnya lebih ngeri.
Beautiful neoclassical buildings, marble columns, neoclassical architecture, and we will see collections from all the periods of the Greek history, starting from the prehistory and later classical, Roman, Christian, also Christian periods. There's a big collection. We'll have some free time later at the end for you to go around and to see more. This is like a house. It was like an old house, and there's a museum shop, and it's here. This whole
Ini aja ya, cepat ya.
yeah, it's 5,000 before Christ. There were people living in Greece since the 10,000 before Christ, but that period was Paleolithic. Then the people, they lived in the caves. In the Neolithic period, 5,000, 4,000 before Christ, BC, the people, they stayed in one place and they started making cities, organized communities, and they did agriculture to produce their food. That's why there are all these clay pottery that was for cooking. Like today we use for cooking. These were for like drinking, these are cups, for wine or olive oil, this one, and for cooking food. The black rock you see here, these are knives, blades. It is a rock called obsidian, and it is from volcano. There was a volcano on the island of Milos. It's a Greek island close to Mykonos. So we know that rock, it comes from that island, and they discovered it here. So we know that there was sailing. The people in the 5,000 BC, they knew how to travel in the sea, sail with wooden boat. Next period, we're going to see the next row. On the right. This we call gold cups for drinking. This room is about 2000 before Christ. In the prehistoric period, the religion was a woman goddess, the great goddess of nature and fertility, the goddess Earth, Mother Earth.
Dari human, manusia yang dijadikan dewa-dewa. Ada juga dari 12 dewa Yunani sebelumnya ya, sebelum Zeus dan lain-lain.
That's why all the small figures, clay, they are women. Women because they were offerings to the great goddess. The people, they used to pray to the great goddess to help them grow their food to survive. That was the main need of the people. They had also swords, so this is a small one, or daggers. The soldiers we used to call swords and daggers. Bronze, it was a bronze age. This is a little bit later. This is 800 before Christ. You see the people, they started making clay statues, small clay statues with more details, hair,
Ini
face.
patungnya dibuat dari tanah liat, lebih detail gambar muka orangnya dibanding yang tadi yang kita lihat yang dibilang dewa wanita tapi nggak kelihatan mukanya.
This is the time when the Greek mythology starts to appear, the 12 gods. The people in around 900, 800 before Christ, they start believing in Zeus, god of thunder, Athena, goddess of wisdom, and many other 12 gods. So later, it is called classical Greek period. Let's see the next one, which is classical. Greek mythology, do you know that creature? It is broken, okay, but it's like a monster with a tongue like this and a snake instead of hair. She was Medusa.
Kita semua tahu yang kalau merek perjalanan tahu lah ya. Ibu tahu. Nah kalau saya ngomong perjalanan, tahu dah. Jadi Medusa itu ya perjalanan.
We know the mythology. Whoever looked at her turned into stone. So that was a symbol of the ancient Greeks.
Yeah.
To put it on their armory, on the shield, to protect from their enemies. Very small, a little bit bigger or small clay vases, beautiful painting. These were for perfumes, oil.
Ini ya.
Oil perfumes.
Ini
For the women.
untuk pakai oleh wanita-wanita untuk taruh parfum.
Okay. Now this is classical Greek period, 500, 400 before Christ. Everything is original here in the museum.
Ini barang-barang di museum ini semuanya original.
The Greek helmet. This is a bronze helmet, original of the soldiers. The Athenians, they used to wear it, the Spartans, all the Greek soldiers.
Pernah nonton kalau Sparta masih ingat ini.
It is, yes, this is the time when the battle happened. 300 Spartans against Persians.
Ya.
That was the enemy of the Greeks. Before Christ, Persia. You know, they lived in Iran. And the Greeks, they defeated the Persians. They never occupied Greece. So they had helmets, they had spear. That was the weapon, spear.
Tombak ya, tombak. Tapi bentuk kecil.
And arrowheads. Another artifact I like is not about war. It is that bronze. Can you see? It's like a spoon but longer. That was used from the boys, young boys or young men, and when they were playing games, athletes, by the athletes, the Olympic Games, at the ancient Olympic Games, all the men athletes they had that thing to clean their skin.
Wow.
Because after the game, during the competition, like wrestling, running, the ancient sports, they used to put olive oil on their skin. It was like protection, the olive oil. And then they used to put a layer of powder, not to be slippery. So after they finish their competition, they used to clean their skin with that tool. We see the painting, vases, pottery.
Di pot ini lihat ya, painting lukisannya.
Black background with red figures, that was the style. And we're not allowed to touch the statues. Let's see that one. It is the scene when a soldier, young soldier, usually he's wearing all his armor, shield, helmet. He's leaving his home to go to war.
Aduh yang mau pergi berangkat perang, meninggalkan rumahnya, ini lukisannya.
Next to him, he says goodbye to his family to go to the battle. We see his dog next to him, his mother or sister, and the old guy seated on the chair, his father, saying goodbye because he don't know if he will return alive from battle. And whenever you see a woman with wings, like that here, she's a woman with wings, that means Nike. Is like the shoes. Is a Greek word. It means victory. Nike means victory. That's why on the shoes we don't wear today. It's like this, the symbol. It's like a wing of a victory.
Nike.
Yes, it's a Greek word, and the American brand used the Greek mythology.
Ya, Nike itu ambil dari mitologi Yunani.
You will see many Nike statues, Nike paintings, women with wings. Victory.
Victory, kemenangan.
We don't go first floor yet. We make the rounds. There was one god. He was half human, half animal, half goat.
Ya, jadi setengah binatang, setengah manusia.
All the other Greek gods, they are like human, all of them. But one was half goat. He's called Panas. He was the god of forest, the god of wild animals and forest.
Dewan hutan, binatang liar ya.
Let's see more of the gods. We see many marble statues all around, but this is a little bit different, a later period, after Christ. Depicting men or women or tombstones for the tombs, at the funeral, at the cemeteries. One more room over there, which is about Hellenistic period, which means Alexander the Great, after Alexander the Great period. They have glass. A little bit later, around Roman period, which is later, they knew how to make glass vases. Beautiful jewelry, gold rings with precious stones like we have today. Look at the gold bracelet. This is one of the highlights. It's real gold, pure gold, with snake heads, but it is 2,000 years old. Here there is another small marble relief with a guy, with a man here, and next to him a snake.
Adam.
This is before Adam. He was called Asclepios. He was the god of medicine, the god of health.
Dewa pengobatan.
Asclepios. Almost, yes. That's why the symbol of the pharmacies is the green snake. Originally, it was the symbol of Asclepios. It was like a healing snake. And two more gods here, small marble statues.
Dewa lagi yang dalam bentuk marmer.
Zeus,
Ya, ini yang terkenal.
god of thunder, the old guy, very wise.
Very powerful.
Yes, very powerful. He was holding a thunder, ready to throw the thunder.
Oh, thunder is gone.
Yeah.
Ya, dia harusnya gambar aslinya kalau utuh dia pegang thunder, pegang halilintar itu.
And next to him, Athena,
Athena, saya udah tebak ini.
goddess of wisdom,
Yeah.
clever.
Ya, driver smart punya.
Yeah. Look at the middle here. All around that, in the middle there are golden jewelry.
Ini di tengah-tengah perhiasan emas.
They are the original, 2,000 more years old. Look how perfect they are, so small but so detailed.
Mereka kecil tapi buatnya sangat detail.
They used to make chains, gold chains, like today.
Santai ya biasanya.
Their art was inspired by animals, with birds, lions.
Dalamnya gambarnya inspirasinya ada binatang, ya, gambar-gambar binatang. Cuma kecil sekali, susah lihat.
All this gold jewelry, they come from the tombs, from burials.
Ini perhiasan ini ditemukan dalam kuburan ya.
They used to put together with the deceased, the one who died, to have them in his afterlife. The women with beautiful jewelry, the men with a spear, helmets, with their armory. Greek writing, here Greek letters, is one of the most ancient languages in the world, Greek, 2,500 years old. And it's the same, ancient Greek with modern Greek is the same. A little bit different grammar.
Okay.
So the archaeologists discover marble related with writing. We know more, we can tell they write names, chronology, or we know it helps us to reconstruct the history by reading the inscriptions. In Greece we speak Greek only one language in Greek, which is different alphabet too. You see, it's not Latin alphabet, it's Greek alphabet. But okay, almost everyone speaks English too. To talk to the people. They have some paintings here from Egypt, but not the time of pyramids, later. This is after Christ, this is about 500 after Christ. The guy who founded the museum, he was called Benakis. That's why the museum was named Benaki after him. He was at early 20th century, 1930s. It started, and today is bigger, of course. The guy who founded the museum, he was a Greek from Egypt. There were many Greeks in Egypt, many Greek people. Not anymore today. They have all of them there in Greece. But in the 20th century, there were many Greeks there, wealthy people. So these are from private collections. So these are from cemeteries. How today we have the cemeteries and we put a photograph who died. They used to do paintings. You see all the woman over there with real jewelry and man here. But you see how even if it's almost 2,000 years old, they are so realistic, all the expressions on the face. More golden jewelry of a later period, but they are almost the same with the before Christ, so they are continuous to be the same style. And now we go to another section. It's a relation. It is the Angelo Deliboria Wheat, who died, Deliboria, his last name, who was a collector of antiquities, and he donated all this to the museum here.
Jadi tempat ini yang sesi ini dari kolektor pribadi namanya Deliboria.
This section is about Christian religion, the beginning of the Christian religion. Today there's only one religion in Greece, Greek Orthodox, Christian Orthodox. 90% of the Greek population, we are Christian Orthodox. more than 4 million.
Di kota Athens sendiri 4 juta penduduknya dari 11 juta total pulau Yunani.
Which means 1/3 of the population of the country. We are here in Athens. Straight ahead, this is the heart of the city of Athens. Syntagma Square means constitution. Come back later here.
Now watching the guard changing.
Changing of the guards. We cannot stop here. Later, now it's very crowded. They do every 1 hour. Every 1 hour. So later we come here. So as you see, we drive cars, many cars, and scooters, motorcycles, many of them. Because it's easy to drive around to avoid traffic. We have to be very careful crossing the streets and very careful. Cars, they go first. And what is interesting in Athens, we walk, there are all the modern buildings, and suddenly there are ruins between 2,000 years old or more. We will see some of the ruins. They are in Athens.
Jadi uniknya di kota Athens ini, kita di kota ada bangunan modern, mendadak ada bangunan peninggalan 2000 tahun yang lalu di tengah kota.
On the left is a park, green park. It's called National Garden. It's the biggest green park in central Athens. It's nice for walking, training. There's a cafe inside. Very pretty. Now on the right, behind the trees, is an Anglican church of St. Paul. On the left is Temple of Zeus. You see the marble columns behind the trees? Temple of Zeus, built by Roman Emperor Hadrian. So it's 2,000 years old.
Kiri kuil Zeus dibangun oleh Raja Hadrian.
We cross the street and we go to take photo to Hadrian's Argus.